Week 2 of BeamNG Monster Jam concludes with the West Division at the NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas. Last week in Glendale, Arizona, we saw a crazy event with crazy moves and Ryan Wilson and the Bro Camino truck coming away with the freestyle victory. This week, the track just as big, just as crazy. What can these drivers do to try and win this competition to end out the second week? BeamNG Monster Jam West Division is next from Houston.
It's about that time, so put it up, let's get it on. Made it this far, time to show the world who's number one. Pull it up to the line, let's do it. Anything in my way, I'm running through it. I watch the lights and my hands are sweaty. I hear the people screaming, so you better get ready. Cause when it drops, I'ma take the shot, rock the spot, make it hot. Cause it's about that time. It's about that. It's about that. It's been a long time. It's about that time. It's about that. Cause it's about that. It's been a long time. It's about that time. It's about that time. It's been a long time. Yeah, it's about that time. It's about that. It's about that time. It's been a long time.
Welcome to the finale of BeamNG Monster Jam week number 2. We're here in the West Division at the NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas for the second event. I'm Joe Rakowski, alongside me, Trey Bardo. But before we get started, I have to mention the tragic news that happened on Friday morning of Scott Hartsock, driver of the Slinger Monster Truck, passing away unexpectedly that morning. It's a tragedy. He was a pioneer of the Monster Jam sport, a legend of the sport, drove the Gunslinger truck, which kind of formed into the Slinger truck, and I mean, it's just tragic to see one of the legends of Monster Jam pass away like that, and while he was still going. So our thoughts and prayers are with the family of Scott Hartsock and also those who knew him, like the fellow drivers out on the track. And I'm sure these drivers are going to want to go out there and do their best for Scott Hartsock in his memory, Trey. So we're going to see how they approach this track, as it is a unique one for sure. Let's go take a look, though, at the field of trucks, the 15 drivers to freestyle here at the NRG Stadium. Kicking us off, it'll be Bulldozer and Noah Clifton. In Blue Thunder, it's DJ Reed, and in Jester, Matt Moso.
In Alien Invasion is Nathan Baird. Soldier Fortune has Cletus Jeffries, and Big Kahuna has Zachary Fitzwater Sr.
Then Titan and Josh Things, Metal Militia and Brendan Sarland, and in Kraken, it's Luke Rainey.
In Hurricane Force, it's Benny Lynn. Obsessed has Logan Williams, and in Medusa is Nicholas Morkes.
And then the final three, Gravedigger, Nathan Stapleton, Max D, Anthony Hernandez, and Week 1 winner, Bro Camino and Ryan Wilson. So here we go, freestyling once again in the West Division. And the first one out, it is Bulldozer and Noah Clifton. Went over early in Glendale last week, looking to try and not have that happen here this week. And Houston trying to fill out those 90 seconds to get a good, solid start to the freestyle night. Here we go, 90 seconds starting for Bulldozer and Noah Clifton.
Yeah, you definitely already know that he's going to definitely go a little bit bigger, I think, just to make up for last week here. So we'll have to see what he can do in Bulldozer.
Yeah, for sure. So he's going to get some nice air right there off of the pod section, right the pod tabletop, as he's going to spin right. See, Trey, there's a few more single jumps here than normal. I think there's 3 of them out there in the course.
Oh, goody. That's what I love to hear, Joe. Just a good way to start off this event.
Yeah, I think there's 2 that are kind of like the normal, and then there's a jammer-type single jump. So watch out for that, especially when they start launching off of these obstacles down here. They can go down to those single jumps, as Clifton's had some great momentum in that Bulldozer, really flying around the stadium floor and getting some nice air off of every obstacles. Definitely starting a lot better than they did in Glendale, but now he's in trouble onto the side, onto the roof. But it's going to come back down because of the ramp.
He might have to go kiss those ramps after this run there, because they pretty much just saved his truck in there. That was a hard landing, though, on the bottom of the chassis, that is, after pretty much landing it dead center on it.
Yeah, for sure, and that was a great save. That's great momentum now to try and go even bigger. Nice air off of the back of the MX hill. Now into the final 20 seconds. 1 horn gone, 1 still remains for Noah Clifton and the Bulldozer. What can he do to end up with has been so far a very, very solid run.
10 seconds remaining here. He's going to really need to get a wow factor here to got to kind of give him like a solid placement in the first place. So we'll have to see what he can do with 5 seconds remaining. What does he have up his sleeve, Joe?
Looks like he's going for the backflip in the pod, gets into it in time and gets a full rotation out of it. So what a freestyle run to start out for Noah Clifton and the Bulldozer. That should set the bar decently high to kick off freestyle here, Trey. That was a very, very solid performance.
think he did the one thing on his bucket list, and that was to complete the clock there, and he did it pretty well, and he even got a backflip in there. So as you said, very solid performance. I believe this was the hit though, where yeah, look at that, it just completely stopped the truck there. But again, that ramp there and how steep they are, it saved it.
And, I mean, there goes the horn right there, but he did a great job. Great presence of mind to not overreact and get nervous in that position. Just kind of let the truck do its thing and then hit the gas. And right there, going off the backflip, he actually broke something, Trey.
Oh my goodness, he did. Look at that. I mean, other than the hood breaking, he actually broke something on the truck itself.
Yeah, that's didn't see that first, but 22.5, that is a really, really solid score to kick off, especially when you think yesterday, Trey, the winning score was a 23. So Noah Clifton really set the bar high in this bulldozer truck.
Nothing wrong with that. Now we have Blue Thunder with DJ Reed following up the run from Bulldozer, that is. We'll have to see what he can do.
And poor DJ Reed last week, he hit that single jump backwards, and it was like a brick wall. It just went over backwards, and he had no chance to save it whatsoever. Reed hoping that it doesn't happen anything like that this week, and he can try and fill out the 9 seconds like we just saw Noah Clifton and Bulldozer do, and try and just get some momentum built up after a disappointing first week.
Main thing he has to do to get this run and get a decent score out of it is definitely get that momentum going. As you see, going from the backside of the racing lane. I think he was trying to get more of a sky wheelie out of that, but he couldn't really get the truck to go back up into the air. But as I was saying, for him to get a decent run and get a solid score, he's going to have to get momentum going like Bulldozer had, and definitely get a wow factor in there. A save, a backflip, something the judges haven't seen. It's a little wonky right there, but he definitely has a chance to with 50 seconds remaining on the clock.
He had some solid momentum so far, trying to build up as the run goes on, as he's now halfway through the run. Gonna get a nice wheelie there. That's off of the type of jammer. He's gonna go to the back of that single jump and launches that thing hugely into the air for Blue Thunder.
He's going to have to back up now, Joe, so the judges aren't going to like that very much, but, it might be all right with it evening out with that crazy little move there up the back of that jammer, so we'll have to see what the judges think as he goes for a... What? Was he trying to go for a cross that or maybe a backflip off of that? I'm not sure, but the truck acted really strangely. It almost went to a 90-degree sky wheelie, but he was able to bring it back down.
You know what? I think DJ Reed's fine with this because these are just some cool moves happening with whatever's happening. As he's down to the final 10 seconds, it's been once again a solid run for Blue Thunder. DJ Reed's going crazy now. He knows he's in the final second. Up onto 2, trying to save it. Onto 4, but onto the other 2, and it's upside down for DJ Reed and Blue Thunder. That was a great effort to save that truck. Unfortunately, did not pan out the way he wanted, but still a very solid run. We'll see if that can challenge Bulldozer and Noah Clifton.
I think it could definitely challenge for it. If he would have made this save right here, I think that would have easily pushed him over the top, but sadly, he wasn't able to corral the truck back down on the all 4 tires, so we'll have to see what the judges think about this run. But overall, I think it was a pretty decent run, Joe.
Yeah, like you said, if that save maybe happened, this would be higher than a 21. So 21, that is pretty much where I would put it as well. 7s across the board from the judges. So once again, a solid run that could be about mid-pack, maybe even a little bit higher. But now Matt Moso and Jester comes out trying to beat the 22.5, and already huge air in that Jester truck. We saw last week he was really, really big fan of huge air in this truck, and unfortunately it broke early. He filled the 9 seconds out, but that break of momentum once he broke the truck really hurt his score, and I'm sure he's wanting a lot more from this truck here in Houston.
I was going to ask you if you think he shied away from the bigger, but so far 3 hits with 3 huge leaps. I don't think he's shying away whatsoever, so I mean, he better hope that they built this truck a little tougher than they did last week here. So, oh my goodness,
no.
Again, is he going to be able to pull out of it? Oh, it is. Oh my goodness. I mean,
that looked a lot harder than it should have been, but he did it. He's got out of it, and now he's into another issue on the side.
Is he going to be able to pull out of this one?
Oh, he's trying. Oh no. Oh, and that's such a shame because he was 3rd to last. He was 13th in Glendale. And now I can't see this being anywhere near the top, obviously, and depending on how other drivers go, this could be one of the bottom ones.
I might have to argue that it is going to be the bottom one. Joe, that's the 3rd truck so far that's went off that single jump, bottomed out the truck on the edge of that little tabletop section there, and it got them all messed up. Right here, I mean, it was a brilliant save, as you said. It was wonky as heck, but, I mean, he pulled out of it. So, and then I think right here, he tried to go cross-threading, and it got him crossed up again.
Yeah, and then right here, he's onto the side trying to save this thing and gets into some sidewalls. I think the only thing that could have saved him was if the wheels were turned already, but they weren't. And it ends up on its lid for Matt Moso and Jester. The 2nd straight week of disappointment in this Jester camp, a 9.5. So that is not what Matt Moso needed after a bad run out in Glendale. This only just kind of compacts that and makes it even worse. But next up, Alien Invasion and Nathan Baird trying to fill out the clock this week as he slides into the course track.
He's ready to get this truck going. Already huge air for his first hitter. I think he was trying to line himself up for that one. But, I mean, yeah, he's the 4th, 5th truck out so far, so he's definitely trying to get, at least maybe stay somewhat near the mid-pack. If not, he definitely wants to get up near the top of it, definitely this time around, so we'll have to see what he can do.
Yeah, Trey is the 4th truck out currently, so you know he didn't have the run that he wanted out in Glendale, but so far in Houston, he's probably doing what he wants to do, getting some nice momentum and some big air, and he's definitely maybe had some of the biggest momentum we've seen of anyone out there in the course. He is flying around here, taking these turns at a fast pace. If something goes wrong, he could flip it over on a turn.
This is the time where I wish we had a throttle map of these drivers just to see how much. Oh, he just tapped the wall there, but Chuck should be all right with
no
that
harm,
one.
no
But yeah,
foul.
yeah, exactly. But no, I would love to see how much they're on the throttle throughout these runs because I feel like they're full foot to the floor at least 90% of the time.
Oh yeah, it's amazing how these drivers can just play with that throttle and even sometimes not even hit the brakes to get these trucks to turn. It is outstanding what these drivers can do. Nathan Baird doing a great job at it as he turns right here. Oh, now he's in trouble though.
Oh, no.
Too fast, and what a
my
save
goodness.
that was.
He was, I guess you can say he was flying around in circles like a UFO, Joe.
That's a good one. That's a good one, Trey.
Thanks, I tried.
But now Nathan Baird in the final 12 seconds, looking to go even bigger to end out this run in the Alien Invasion truck. He's had a solid run, but I think he's missing some wow factors. It looked like he may try to go for a front flip right there, and now he's...
Oh my goodness.
That was like a pseudo-bicycle? I don't know what you would really call that. Tricycle?
Yeah, we'll go with the we'll go with the tricycle there. I don't think he wanted to do that. Something might have broke with the truck there at the end, but I mean, this was a very solid run overall. Right here, this save, he had very little to no room, almost going out of bounds, especially turning into the wall and out of bounds. But very nicely done, trying to stay out of. Actually, he did stay out of only one wheel into it, so very nicely done.
And it's a 20.5 for Nathan Baird in the Alien Invasion rest right now. 2 points shy of the lead, 3rd of 4 trucks to go out. We'll see what the next man can do. Soldier Fortune and Cletus Jeffries won over early in Glendale. Had a really good run going up until that point. We'll see if Cletus could try and relive some of the hype from Glendale and get it going here in the Soldier Fortune truck in Houston. He's got some nice air to start out the run.
Nicely done. Landed it pretty cleanly as well. Didn't get too much rebound, which is what drivers look to do here because as you saw, I believe it was last event with the Central, one of the trucks, I can't remember right off the top of my head, but that bounce afterwards, it might have been Keyshawn if I'm remembering correctly, but it messed them all up, so everyone knows that they got to control their truck, and again, he does it very nicely.
Yeah, for sure. That secondary bounce, you've mentioned it a lot throughout the series in both seasons, that is, at most times, the most dangerous part of a freestyle run is when you hit that ground the second time. What's it going to do? The first bounce might not be the worst. The second one might be the killer of the run, so you have to watch out for that, especially when you go big like that. These bounces can really hurt you.
I don't think he's scared of them too much with 30 seconds remaining here. He's had some decent momentum, not some of the best we've seen so far this event, but oh, nice air there. He's trucked out, nicely done, but he's definitely going to need a wow factor or something the judges have not seen yet in any of the runs. He's going to go for the backflip ramp right here. Is he going to be able to land it? Is the real question. Nice rotation.
Wow. Wow. He was on the gas hard trying to save that one, you could tell.
I thought he was about to bounce the truck on the back bar of that. Nice air off that with 5 seconds remaining here. Here it goes. Oh. Bounce upside down.
Oh, wow.
What a save.
I don't think he ever touched the wall, Trey. That's amazing.
I don't know how he didn't touch the wall. He was going at that wall incredibly fast. I don't know if he hit the brake or turned away from it, but I think you're right. I don't even see a scratch on that wall at all.
Well, we'll get to see a better angle in these replays right here. But first, this backflip, just barely not enough rotation. That bounce gets it on the back, and like you mentioned, I thought it was going to balance on that back bumper bar, but he just slams it in reverse and stands on the gas and hopes and prays at that point.
I mean, that was incredible right there. Judges got to love to see that, but I want to see this last second save here. As you said, Joe, I don't know how he didn't touch the wall. He was heading right for it. He's going to flip over to the other side here, and how close did he end up getting to this?
Whoa!
Oh my goodness.
The judges have to love that as well because that all came within time, and there it is. 23, Cletus Jeffries leads by half a point now over Noah Clifton, and the Bulldogs now Soldier Fortune takes the lead in freestyle, but the next man out, crazy. Big Kahuna, Zachary Fitzware here. We saw we did early on last freestyle, Trey. Wonder what he has planned here.
If anything, he's going to try to top it. I mean, come on now, Joe. It's Fitzwater. What do we expect from this man?
Nothing short of craziness, Trey. I can tell you that right now. And he's backing up to the barrier, so he's going to go crazy.
We'll see what he can do here. He's going to gun it full throttle. He's going to get nice air off of it. Going to land it back down. Nicely done by him. He's going to combo it up. Uh-oh!
What a save! How'd the hood come off?
I don't know. I'm not going to question it though. He probably set it up to do that because we saw it from last event from this guy. I don't think he had any parts of the body left on that truck.
It could have been the same body from last event. They just kind of zip-tied it on and hope for the best, maybe.
Any way to do the save money, huh?
Yeah, for sure. Especially when Fitzware is behind the wheel, they might have to use that body until if he gets to the World Finals, maybe.
Yeah, they definitely know who's behind the wheel. It's not going to stay on for very long, but so far he's been building up some great momentum here. Definitely using everything he can. Nice crosser, nice little slaply. I think that's the. What, is that one of the first slaply we've seen this event so far? So that's something new the judges haven't seen. It. Nice air off of that. He got a little sideways though, but he was able to control the truck back down. So far he's building up some great momentum here.
So far this week, it seems like those racing lanes have been kind of the nemesis of a lot of people. This week they've just kind of been biting people, whether it be in the east it leads to a car stack, or in the central we've seen trucks get sideways off. And here, again, Fitzware just went up that racing lane and he got all sorts of sideways.
Add that onto the hit list with the single jumps there. What a weird bounce that was. I don't even know if he meant to do that. He pretty much bunny hopped onto the top of that tabletop section, completely got it into a slaply there, carried it off. Look at this move right here off the single jump.
Into the racing lane, and what a save. That's amazing. He's put it to a reverse move for the final second hit. Will it come back?
Is he going to be able to pull out of it? No.
That's
Again,
still a really good run, though.
Again, Joe, he ended his run out with just completely destroying that body of the truck there. I think they're just going to have to, zip tie it back on for next time.
Yeah, they're going to have to do something with that body because they cannot spend money for every event. But right here, that hit off the single jump, and that tire barely grips in reverse. The hood comes off, and that was a great save. And these final moves, look at this. I mean, what is that?
He skipped it. He skipped the truck, Joe. I've never seen someone skip a truck before, but he just did it.
And then right here, these are the final moves as he goes off the single jump, gets sideways onto one wheel, into the racing lane, a wheelie over it, but saves the truck and then throws it in reverse to get back. One final move, and it's the new leader, Trey. A 24 for Fitzwater. He leads Freestyle now in the big Kahuna truck. We'll see what the rest of the competition can do, including Josh Things and Titan.
See what he can do following that big run from Zachary Fitzwater Sr. there. He knows what he has to go up against. Some nice air to start off his run here. Very nice, nicely controlling the bounce too. Got a little wobbly there, but he was nothing that he can't handle. So what's he going to do for his second hit here? Got big air on the first one. Is he going to follow it up with more big air? Yes, he is, Joe.
And Trey, with Josh Things going out around the midpoint, he was the first one out in Glendale. So he actually got a pretty good performance from Glendale being the first truck out. So we know Josh Things can go big. And if he went big enough to get about 8th, 9th place out there in Glendale when he was the first one out, what can he do now that he's seen people go out and knows what he has to beat?
I think I would always want to be the truck in the mid-pack because, you know, you still have things that you can do that the judges haven't seen yet, but yet you still know what some of the competitions, you know, have done or might plan on doing. So you're kind of in my you know, opinion, the catbird seat, if you want to call it in your order of the freestyle.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that mid-pack, like you mentioned, best of both worlds, things that you can do that people haven't seen, but you also see what people can do without it being oversaturated. Final 30 seconds, a nice wheelie though, but into the single jump. It's cartwheeling around. He's on the side trying to save it, but the wall was coming up, and they may have shut him down because of that.
Well, Joe, mark that as the first truck this event to fall victim to the single jump.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. Josh Things had a really solid run going right here and just pulled into a wheelie into the single jump, probably just hoping something would happen there that was cool. And if this thing would have come around onto all fours, it would have been very cool.
Like you said, I think he definitely had a big shot to save it, but I think they definitely shut him off just because we've had 2 or 3 trucks so far head towards those walls and get pretty close. So I don't think the officials want to, you know, risk it anymore.
Yeah, for sure. And that's a 17. That's a tough break for Josh Things. That puts him down right now, second to last of the trucks that have gone out. Not what Josh Things wanted in that Titan truck. But can this man redeem himself from Glendale? Broke a wheel off early. Still got a really good result from it. Militia, Brendan Starling, we know how big this guy can go. Almost won the World Finals last season. Won this championship in the West Division. And it looks like he's setting up big for the single jump, Trey.
I think he's setting up for the, what do we call it, the Soderland Leap now?
Yeah.
We'll have to see how it works out for him in the end. He's going to go straight off the single jump there. Huge air. Is he going to be able to land it? No. I mean, he landed it, but I was expecting to see if he could land it on the backside of that tabletop.
Yeah, so close to it so far, but still a nice landing for Brendan. Definitely a lot better than what we've seen off of some single jumps right there. Another nice launch off a single jump, but that was a little bit of a harder landing there, but controls the truck well. And I think if he doesn't break off wheel, he is definitely one to be reckoned with throughout freestyle runs. He goes big from the drop of the 90 seconds all the way to 0, and unfortunately broke off that wheel last week because he may have had something for the win, but he's looking to show it up here this week.
Yeah, he's definitely, I think, the most known driver for if the truck's still together and on all 4 tires. I don't think he's gonna, give up till it's upside down or in 15 different pieces. So far, look at the air jump. Oh my goodness! I think he went full throttle into that jump there and it held together. Not even a body part came off.
The flag is still on, Trey. That's like the first time we normally see come off. He's going full throttle to that one,
Oh my
too.
goodness!
This is huge, Aaron. On the back hard, but he's still controlling the truck. Final 30 seconds. The truck is perfectly fine.
I don't understand how it is holding together, though. With 25 seconds remaining, he's going to go again. Huge air, just full throttling it into these ramps here, and everything is just holding together. Metal Militia is put together with super glue, flex tape, duct tape, and everything else you can think of that is strong.
Oh my gosh, and now he's going crazy. Cross-thread stuff, final 10 seconds. Oh, he's up on a 2 towards the wall, into the wall. No chance to save it. It looks like the clock will tick down to 0. However, it didn't really have a wow moment. Had some really big air, some good momentum, but I don't know if it's going to be able to challenge for lead without the presence of a wow factor.
I would consider those leaps wow factors, but it's not the type of wow factor that, the judges are looking for. I mean, yeah, everyone expects trucks to go with huge air, but I mean, nothing really dang, this run was different from the others, had this significant move. So if he would have been able to pull this off without hitting the wall, I think that would have been it, but sadly, I think they are at another truck just because of it.
Yeah, it's a 22.5, so that's not bad. That puts it right now tied for 3rd place with Bulldozer, so that's not bad at all for Brendan Sarland. A very, very solid recovery after what happened last week, but we'll see if this man can recover. He tried to do some crazy move at the end of his run, Kraken and Luke raining. He's going to go big to start out, Trey.
Nicely done to start out his run so far. Again, it's definitely one of the most unique trucks in all 3 series. I mean, every time I see this thing, I just think, where did they even come up with the ideas for these trucks?
Yeah, I mean, it's like an Escalade with some giant, squid attacking it. It's an amazing idea for sure, and I'd love to have been in the meeting to have come up with that idea.
I bet you the person who came up with this idea had the craziest looks from everyone else just because of it. But I mean, people love it, so I'd be proud to be behind this truck. So I'm excited to see it out on the track. Look at the moves being pulled off too by Kraken. Oh no!
Gets onto 1, onto 2, and he put that thing back down. But that was an awkward launch. Now he's onto the wall.
That's all right. Just a little love tap. Oh, some more love taps.
A few love taps. Nice,
no, we're not near Valentine's Day. That's all right.
Oh, that was a weird kind of hit off the pod, but he's still going. Final 25 seconds, but definitely needs to pick it up for sure for Luke. It's kind of just been a mediocre run so far. So he's going to go for the backflip. Second truck to go off of that. Lands hard on the nose, but it's still onto all 4s.
He's going to knock that hood off. Nicely done with 10 seconds remaining here. I think we really need a pretty big wow factor. Oh, is he going to be able to maybe save it, I guess? Oh,
no. Oh, it's on the
what a save!
It's on the wall, but it's saved, and the clock's at 0, so Luke does not care. The officials do care, but Luke doesn't.
How many trucks is that now that have come close to or actually hitting the wall?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, right? You would think last season Houston had we talked about how big this floor is and how much room they have. This season I feel like every single truck that's gone out here in the NRG Stadium has maybe hit the wall or at least come close to it.
What these drivers have against the wall, but apparently they're trying to get payback for something. But look at this save right here. I mean, just he has to get. Hey, he definitely has whiplash after this because he's flipping from side to side, upside down, putting on the brakes, one tire up on top of the wall and back on the. Well, I guess all 3.
Yeah, well, it does come back down to all 4 eventually. It's going to be 19, so definitely not what Luke wanted. That save maybe does help the score a little bit, but before that, it was a mediocre run. So tough break there for Kraken and Luke Rain. Not what he wanted after not the best performance out in Glendale for sure. But next out, Hurricane Force and Benny Lynn went out early, but had a really good run out. Finished 6th last week in Glendale. He's going to start off of the racing lane. Nice here for Benny Lynn and that Hurricane Force truck. He was really, really good for how early he went out in Glendale. So I think for sure with him, now seeing him in the bottom 6, what can he do in this Hurricane Force truck to try and go even bigger than Fitz wanted?
Yeah, I mean, going out early compared to, being one of the last ones out, it's definitely a big difference out on the field there because everything's, I guess in theory you could say dumbed down because of everything that's been over it. So, the jumps aren't as high and stuff like that. Nice wheelie there. We haven't, Joe, now that I'm thinking about it, I mean, I'm changing topics, but we haven't seen too many wheelies this event.
No, we haven't, and that's kind of the opposite of what we've been seeing so far this week. We've seen a lot of wheelies, but the West Division drivers are not having any of it.
Maybe they're trying to make up a... Oh, here, look at this! Yeah. The first cyclones of the event.
I was going to say, speaking of something we haven't seen it at all, we haven't seen donuts at all, but here they are.
The judges are going to absolutely love that, especially what he said he's in the bottom 6 of the trucks for this event, so that's pretty deep in there. He's going to hit the backside of the single jump. That was a little risky move there, but he was able to work out in his favor. I don't trust those single jumps, Joe. I'm telling you what.
Yeah, that was a single jump leading into a dumpster. So, I mean, that's not good. I don't know what happened there, but that was a great save.
I got a little nervous there for a second. That could have turned out very badly. He's going to go straight into the backflip, though. Huge air off of that, and lands a perfect into a stoppie.
Well,
make that a moonwalk.
Yeah, what a move that was. We saw Ryan Wilson do it last week and win. Now Benny Lynch tried to do it to win. He's going to get that last move off right there before 0.
I mean, this was an uh-oh.
Oh, no, the wall. Okay, he kept it out of the wall
again.
Oh my
but
gosh.
I mean, no, this run, I think it had everything in it. It had the wow factors. He had great momentum throughout it all. I think we have a challenger for the lead, Joe.
I would say so too. I'd say this should definitely challenge for, if not the lead, definitely a top 3, top 5 spot. But right here, there's that backflip. It lands down the back and it's on the front. So why not just throw it into reverse and put it into a moonwalk? Why not?
You're going to have to reverse anyway, so you might as well give it to something the judges are going to want to see.
All the way
and
to
that was
the
very
wall
nice
as well. Look at that. Couldn't have gone much farther. It's a 21.5. I am a little shocked that that's as low as it is. I would expect that to be just a little bit higher. I mean, it's only, 2.5 points off the lead, so you can't really criticize anyone too hardly for that. It's just it's a little shocking to see as next out is Obsessed and Logan Williams.
Yeah, we'll have to... We'll see how people feel about that after this. But anyways, going on to Obsessed here. Following what he just saw there with the moonwalk, the momentum and everything else, you have to think that he's trying to think of everything he can do to catch the judge's eye, I guess you could say.
It's great to see Logan Williams feeling well, Trey, after last week when he landed on his roof to end out his freestyle run.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, what is it with some of these trucks and just landing completely upside down onto their roof and. I mean, I'm glad the drivers are always all right, and they're always able to continue. Thank you to the safety and development of these trucks, but it's still always a scary sight to see.
Yeah, for sure. You never like to see something land hard down on the roof. So far for Logan Williams, kind of like what we saw with Benny Lynn. He's just kind of building up the momentum, doing a nice job at it. I think for Benny Lynn, he had just a little bit better than Logan Williams has it, but still it's a very solid start to the run. And when we get down to these final 30 seconds, we expect him to see maybe go crazier and try and build up that momentum, try and get the lead.
Yeah, I mean, you're definitely right here. There's nothing wrong with building up momentum. Oh, a little sideways there. Nicely done. Combo. Oh my goodness.
Oh.
180s. Oh, is he going to be able to pull out of it?
No, that is a shame, too. If it would have landed just a little bit better, I think he would have had that done, and that would have been an amazing move with still about 30 seconds left, but unfortunately ends up on its lid for Logan Williams. Right here, look at this.
I mean, he almost had the 180 sky wheelie going out.
Oh, man. And
oh, no, that hurt.
Yeah, that's definitely another hard hit for Logan Williams. This time maybe more on his back rather than his head. But still, it will hurt for Logan Williams. And over with 20 seconds left. Judges can't like that's a 17-5. So that's half a point up on Titan, who had the same amount of time left. I think they saw Obsessed run a little bit better than what they saw out of the Titan. But now, Trey, we're right down to the final 4 trucks. We have Medusa, Nicholas Voorhees out next.
Nice air to start out his run there. Oh my goodness, what a way to announce your presence with that. Combo it up into the back of the single jump as well. What a way to start out your run and make your presence known.
Well, Nicholas last week really came from nowhere. Went out pretty early onto that Medusa truck, but went big and held the lead for a lot of that event. So, I mean, Nicholas went out big, and Glendale looks like he's going out big here again in Houston and might try and be Fitzwater's tonight here.
Or if you don't fix it, right, Joe? If the truck's still all put together by the end of the run, I think you did your job, and judges might like it too. So we'll have to see if it's going to be able to hold up throughout the entirety of it. But again, another driver that's kind of slowly building up his momentum here. I mean, he started out big, but it kind of dulled down a little bit. But I can slowly start to see it coming back.
Oh well, he's full throttling there to that obstacle, kind of like what we saw reminiscent of Brennan doing That was some nice air for Nicholas right there, turning around, and whoa! That was kind of like a racing move right there, trying to get around the corner as quick as possible.
It might be a little tacky over there on that end of the track.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Can Nicholas save it? He does! What a save off of the pod!
I don't know how he saved that off of that pod there. That was incredible. What an air to follow it up to. Oh, hard landing on the front of the truck. Did he break something?
I don't think he's backing up. Oh, maybe he's trying to get set up for the backflip ramp here. Hood's off, but lands it perfectly for the Medusa truck. So that looks like, yeah, clock lit 0, so that ends out the run. A little bit of a low in the middle, some big moves at the end. I don't know if it's going to take the lead, but I can definitely see it being a top half run as Nicholas is still going crazy into the wall.
Well, that's another person into the wall, Joe.
I think he hit it harder than anyone has so far this event, though. He hit that pretty hard. Let's take a look at some of these replays, because this was another very, very solid run for Nicholas Moorhees and the Medusa right here. This save, he had one last week off of the pod. It was the windshield first. This time he just kind of 2 wheels off the pod and saved it.
That was incredible there. I'm surprised nothing broke on the truck. But, I mean, if it held together, it held together.
Well, the hood didn't hold together for the backflip right here. The hood came off, went behind some of the barriers, but it was a textbook backflip for Nicholas in the Medusa truck. And right here, we have to show Nicholas hitting the wall, even though it wasn't judged. I mean, another truck that just got near it and into it pretty hard. And I think that's the second truck that's hit at the NBC Sports banner. So
well, I mean, it's getting their name out there, so I guess that's always a good thing.
I guess so. It's a 21, so that is right now kind of around mid-pack for the Medusa truck. So could have been better for Nicholas, but definitely could have been a lot worse. But next out, Gravedigger and Nathan Stapleton definitely wants to go big. 3rd place last week and going off the back of the MX Hill for his first hit.
Nicely done there. Always, again, you know, always good to see Gravedigger out there. And you already know how these drivers are going to go out. Huge air again. Oh my goodness. He is not holding anything back there. Almost crossed up there. But no, again, not holding anything back whatsoever.
And Stapleton last week maybe had the first Gravedigger truck in the series amongst all 3 divisions that had a truck that would drive off the floor by itself, Trey. That is an accomplishment of its own.
I was going to say, is that a good thing, or is that a... You know, he might be missing something from the Gravedigger manual.
Well, I mean, he still got 3rd, so it wasn't a bad run for sure, and I think he just did his job keeping it on all 4s. He's got a little bit of slap wheel there, put it back down. He's into the final half of the run already, so he's had some solid momentum, but needs those wow factors.
Yeah, we'll have to see what he can do. Uh-oh, this is going to hurt.
Oh, no, and the wheel is off for Stapleton. Still trying to save it. The wheel is still with them. It's on its lid, 30 seconds left, Trey. That cannot win Freestyle. That can't even come close, but what an expensive week it's been for Gravedigger. All 3 of their trucks have broken.
Good thing they're pretty famous, Joe. They got a lot of income coming in, so they are going to be able to pay for that, hopefully. But, oh, what a landing.
I mean, think about Zidell broke the rear tie rod. Eli broke a front tie rod. Stapleton just broke off a whole wheel. I mean, they're going to have a lot of money to spend on their trucks after this weekend for sure. A hard hit for Stapleton. Unfortunately, ends the run short. It's going to be a 12. That is right now second to last, Trey. Not what Stapleton wanted, especially in this Gravedigger machine. But now 2 trucks left. Is this Fitzware's night, or can someone of these bottom 2 do it? Max D, Anthony Hernandez, 2nd place last week. Can he get 1st this week?
In the air, he started out with his run. You definitely know he's going to do everything to break Fitzwater's heart. I mean, how many times has Fitzwater has his heart broken from having a chance to win
too
and
many
not coming
to be
through?
A happy person anymore. I mean, that's
angry.
Yeah, it's just sad to see, but maybe this is the night. If Anthony Hernandez and Ryan Wilson cannot go big enough, Fitzwater could walk away with it, as Hernandez gets some nice air and some solid momentum to start. But Trey, just think about this. The 2 events this week, a Max D truck has had the highest score of both of them. However, the one of them, there's an asterisk next to it because it was a tiebreaker that he lost. So the Max D trucks, both of them so far this week, have done great.
You think it's a little pressure on him tonight here to try to get up there and be right there, I guess, as you can say, around his teammate scores?
I guess so, right? Because, I mean, we saw last week he was the highest scoring Max D truck as he does keep it out of the wall. He got very excited about that, Trey.
I got a little nervous for that wall, I'm not going to lie.
We never know with the Max D model. They could have tried to backflip off the wall, maybe.
I wouldn't be surprised if that was up their sleeve, Joe. I honestly would not be surprised whatsoever.
Well, final 20 seconds. Hernandez definitely needs something big in this run. He'll go for a backflip, It's another perfect one for Anthony. He did a perfect one last week where the hood landed back down on him. He just did another perfect one. This time the hood stayed on.
The cleanest backflip we've had all night. I don't think he could have done that any better. With 5 seconds remaining, though, what is Maxi going to do for Wildcracker? What is he going to plan here?
Oh,
another backflip.
No,
He's going to be able to pull it out. Forward momentum backflip.
Are you serious? Did Anthony Hernandez, with that move, just break Fitzware's heart? The judges might not like to do it, but they might have to give Hernandez the lead after that. Now he's going crazy. Oh, look out.
Watch out through the wall again. Oh, no.
Wow, he just spun that truck around so fast that thing go down to the stands. It was going so fast.
Who? No, I'm kidding. There's an out right there. But that was an I don't even know what we just witnessed, Joe. We watched 2 backflips in a row from Max D. One was a normal textbook, but I mean, look at this. This was textbook.
Oh my gosh! I mean, Fitzwater has to be so nervous, Trey.
I'd be nervous to him. And look at this. This is the farthest forward momentum backflip I think we've had in this season so far, and including last season as well.
That is, I didn't even know that was set up for that, but Hernandez apparently knew or just hoped and prayed, and then right here, flung the truck around like a toy.
I don't think he cared after this point. Again, into the wall again. That's truck number, I'm going to say 20 at least. I don't even think there's 20 trucks in the field, but that's truck number 20.
Oh, and he does take the lead from Fitzwater by half a point, Trey. A 24.5. Hernandez leads Freestyle with 1 truck left. Can it be a Max D sweep with the highest scores? Or will Ryan Wilson broke me and win 2 in a row? He's going for a backflip.
I mean, he just saw what happened. You got to take risk, Joe, to try to get this win again. And he took the risk, and it worked out. So I think the judges are definitely going to love that coming out of it.
For the backflip first move, Trey.
Oh, 1-wheel wheelie to follow it up.
Oh,
My goodness.
Whoa, Wilson is already giving Hernandez a run for his money.
I mean, the only reason if I was Hernandez right now, and I'd be worried, is that if he can keep this momentum and craziness throughout the entire 60 seconds left in this run,
yeah, I just don't know. You know, we'll have to see what Ryan Wilson can do off of the single jump onto 2 wheels. A nice save there. Turns it around to the pod. Nice air there off of it. Getting a nice wheelie. 40 seconds still remain for Ryan Wilson and the Broken Wheel truck, trying to pick up the momentum and keep it up at a maximum level with now into the final 30 seconds. A huge bounce there off the MX hill, but still going.
I mean, how that little single jump into the MX hill there, I mean, it's caused a lot of trucks so far to get a little wonky, but so far most of them, look at the air coming off of that little pod section again, going to combo straight up into the back of the single jump. Nice sky wheelie as well. 15 seconds remaining, Joe. What else could he have played? He's going to go for another backflip, maybe?
He turned into that. Somehow it turned into a backflip. Now, 5 seconds. He backs it up like crazy. Can he get a move in? It's going to be down to the wire. I'd say he got it.
I would consider that as a move there. I would definitely count the watch out for the wall.
He's facing the America's Best banner we have up there. But the question is, Trey, was that enough to go back-to-back for Ryan Wilson?
I don't know, if I'm going to be honest with you. I mean, it was definitely an amazing run, and he filled the clock. He did everything he needed to do, but I don't know if it was enough. I mean, I could definitely see it, but I could definitely not see it at the same time.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting to see what the judges think. Where would they place this run versus Big Kahuna versus Max D? We know Hernandez trying to go for a second straight win for Team Max D. We'll see if he can get it. There's the final backflip, which led to the final move as he backs up. What's the score for Ryan Wilson and Bro Camino as they come down? A 23-5 that will put him in third. Max D and Anthony Hernandez has won this event, Trey, by half a point over Zachary Fitzware Sr. and Big Kahuna.
That's just heartbreak for Zachary Fitzwater Sr. and Big Kahuna. I mean, again, that's been countless times where he's just gotten a win taken away from him last second, and that's just got to be terrible for him. But congrats to Max D.
Yeah, on the other side of the spectrum, Max D, really good weekend. Second place on a tiebreaker loss in East, and then winning the Central and West. For Gravedigger, an expensive week as we mentioned. All their trucks breaking. As we now look at the points for the West Division 2 events in, Max D, Bro Camino with their wins, definitely feeling comfortable. Big Kahuna, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., double digits up, but you look down below Fitzwater, and you see Medusa only 6 up, 5 up, 4 up, 3, 3, 1, and then down below as well, Jester Matt Mosa, not to start the season. He's 11 below. So another crazy week of BeamNG Monster Action. Join us for week 2 next week. We'll see you guys then.